this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave.
Okay, detected. Locking. Ha! Damn, I'm good.
Let that go to your head.
Okay, I have to go. We have to go mute.
I don't like spend cash if I know I'm a lose. I got no time like you seem to do. I'd rather spend my money, get my kids some shoes. I made mistakes just like we all do. It's time to pay for my crimes, man. I'll pay my dues. Keep me drinking this whiskey, leave my head banging like an 808. Living this life seems risky, but it's the only way left to escape. Mama keeps saying she'll miss me, can't blame her for all my hate. Keep me drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. Spent my life in the mountains of East Tennessee. Days on the farm, it just comes naturally. Daylight to dark is not for the typical man. Just a backwoods country boy, proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Proud of who I am. Well, this is my rifle, this is my gun. Let's get 'em, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy hits the sand. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Pack my bags, headed out to the big sandbox. Just some good old boys and me, some medicine night. Well, the price of freedom, son, it don't come free. I guess that's why the good Lord chose me. This here's my rifle, this here's my gun. Let's get 'em, boys, come on and get you some. Let's get you some. And I'll fire all my rounds downrange till the enemy hits the sand. Yes, sir, I knew exactly what I was doing when I swore to Uncle Sam. If you don't like the way I'm living, just remember that it's for you. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun. I'm a redneck camel wearing son of a gun for the red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line. Mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road calls as the wind blows. 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows? Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Man, day after day, it's just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the lying in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. And I ain't like you. Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care and everyone's confused. So the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions. Like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want. But if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Well, hello there. And today is the 16th and of December, of course, and we are getting really close to Christmas. So, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to come. I'm Al, and I have Shipwreck on the line with me. Uh-oh. Shipwrecking talk.
Oh, I had a
There we are.
hair,
He forgot to
hairball. There we
unmute.
go.
So, how you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. Just normal weekend. How about yourself?
You know, I'm doing good as well. It's the weather isn't exactly helping me, but you know, I've decided it doesn't matter. It's just it's another you can't let the small stuff get you down. People are starting to come around to the fact that it is that time of year and starting to act a little bit better. It took long enough. We still don't have snow, and I think that would help if we actually had some snow on the ground where we are. So I don't know. It's still nice, and it's still nice to have the Christmas season coming, I should say. So, oh, hello, and Merry Christmas to you, Alma, and good to see you also, Cosby Sweater. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad that everybody is here, and tonight, well, Mr. Cos has decided that he needs to go save some cats, along with taking care of some personal stuff. So it's Shipwreck and I tonight, if you didn't already figure that out. And I'm here to talk to you tonight. I've got my chat rooms up so I can say hello to everybody as we go along, and it's just good to be here, huh? So I'm just glad you're all here. So after saying that, I'm going to sorry about this. Okay. Anyway, since it is getting close to Christmas, and we're all thinking about going up, you know what? Gainey, Merry Christmas to you. Joshua, Merry Christmas to you. Shelly, Merry Christmas to you. AL Camo, Merry Christmas to you. It's good that everybody is here. And I'm glad to see everybody. Open the post. Hold on, let me see. Okay, it's up. Good. I apologize. I thought I didn't cross post. I want to make sure everybody gets a good hello tonight. And yes, I love the flag too. What the story is, the reason I have a flag behind me, I have a green screen. I just haven't had time to get it all together. I'm actually hoping this week. I had to clean out. Oh, don't worry, Jeremiah. We're gonna have some good fun news. Okay. I believe in keeping a good lighthearted spirit during the Christmas season, especially. Excuse me. And I'm over my cold. Have you noticed? I have my voice back. But no, I want to put up a green screen, and I want to do some neat Hawaiian photos that I've got, along with some other stuff. But I had to clear out my room a little bit, and so that I could set up, because it takes a little bit to actually do green screening, but I'm going to do it so that we're going to have some fun stuff going up behind me. Who knows? Maybe some weird stuff. Who knows? I'm kind of off the wall sometimes.
Don't get too far off the wall now.
Oh,
don't want to be bouncing around.
Well, you know, my feeling is we take ourselves too seriously. Everybody wants to take us so seriously, and I can't do that anymore. I enjoy life, and I enjoy being around people who can smile. I enjoy making people smile. So, if I have to be a little goofy sometimes just to get someone to loosen up a little bit, so be it. That's what it takes. I'll do it every time. Just because, and excuse me, y'all deserve it. Everybody here deserves the ability to be able to smile and think good. So, yeah, the only thing left is my allergies. That's the nice part about the only good downside to winter for me. Well, there's more than that, but one of the downsides to winter for me is when you have to close the house up and you have then you end up with all the allergens going through, circulated through your heater. So that's one of the downsides, but it is what it is. Okay, onward and upward, people. Today I am going to do what I kind of do on Tuesday, just a little bit, not everything, just a little bit. I think we need a safety briefing for Christmas. Have you made sure to put your stockings on the mantle? And if you don't have a mantle, have you made sure to put your stockings on a designated mantle so that Santa Claus can come?
So can I put it on my neighbor's mantle then? Would that be good?
If your neighbor's willing to put stuff in there, great. Oh, Gary, I'll stay past 1900 hours as long as I get one of those experimental MREs. You know what? I don't have anything here for you, but I have some good conversation for you. Okay, so another part of the safety briefing. Remember the good times. Remember, excuse me, the good part of Christmas. Remember what it took to make you happy when you were a kid. And do that for your kids. And if you don't have kids, do something to make yourself happy and emanate that. I mean, my kid's 30 years old, almost 30 years old, okay? He still enjoys getting together with us. So we do that. And we'll sit and just be able to talk and enjoy. And then my wife and I, we just enjoy our time. That day is a quiet day for us. Some people go out, and if you do go out, don't forget, take pictures. Take pictures from your camera that you're going to take with you. So that way, if things are stolen, including your computer, you have pictures. Insurance companies, all you have to do is say, hey, look what I got. And if you've got a computers like me where they're made, I made them myself, pull up your systems and show what's in your computer. TV, make sure to get the logo, the brands, and all that stuff. If you've got something special for Christmas, take a picture. Wardrobes, stuff like that. Just if things get damaged, if someone goes in and breaks in your house and they decide to just, oh yeah, I'm going to smash and grab, and they're going to smash crap up, and then grab what they want and break everything else, you got pictures. And it's on you so that they can't steal it. Do it with your phone or take a camera, do it with a camera, and then take the camera with you when you go to visit. Just my thought, and I hope it helps you. Excuse me. It's time to take another cough drop. Okay. Try to remember your military holidays. When you've been in the military, if you aren't in the military right now, when you were in the military. I remember some good I have good memories of being in the military on holidays. Even when I was working, we still had good memories. Try to remember those. What?
What was your best memory?
My best memory was back in Europe. still during the Cold War. I think it was either 83, no, it would have been 84 or 85 Christmas. And I was working shift, and I because I made sure that someone who had kids had the time off, and a bunch of us who were single got together and put a Christmas tree in one of the other people's barracks room, and we drew names of people who were single and were going to be working, and we all put our Christmas presents for that person underneath the tree as much as a week ahead of time. And then Christmas morning, because I was working the evening shift, I went in and sat with a couple of my friends, and we opened gifts. And my friend took pictures during the day as people came in to open their gifts. And we talked about our Christmases and our families. And we just enjoyed the fact that we were amongst friends. And I have to say that was a really fantastic Christmas, because it wasn't at home, but it was with friends. That's that is special to me. So that's a good military holiday, and that's something to think about. Excuse me. Now, I do want to point out, we all have friends who are in the military. Call them up. If they're single and you know they're single, call them. Give them a shout out and say, hey, I was thinking of you. Just wanted to make sure everything was going okay. It never hurts. Because Christmas time is or the holiday time between December and January is a very big time where people commit suicide. This is not the time you want to lose a friend. So think about it. So that's something to pass on. And while you're thinking about that, think about your own depression. This is my inner shaman talking. Take some vitamin D. Go find those tanning booths that are not UV, that are red light, that won't burn your skin. It helps you. It helps promote vitamin D absorption. Winter aphasia is a real thing. If you are fair-skinned, or if you're someone who doesn't get a lot of sun this time of year, where I live, not a lot of sun to be had. Okay, I actually use one of those booths, not a tanning booth, a red light booth, and it keeps me from it keeps my body absorbing vitamin D. So keep that in mind. If you know someone who might be having that problem, bring it to their attention. And taking extra vitamin D does not hurt. Okay? And above all, I'm going to say this. Not everybody is in a good mood yet. So remember the saying, it's nothing personal. People are going to get stupid. People are going to cut you off. People are going to flip you off. You know what you do? You smile and say, okay, thank you. Just like you used to do when you were the specialist, nodding at your sergeant going, whatever, sergeant, uh-huh.
Yeah, one in one ear and out the other.
Exactly. So
Thinking in the back of your head, what is this shit doing?
There you go, right?
Yeah.
But that's the whole idea. It's nothing personal, people. We can be examples of, hey, we've been through worse. When you have slept on the ground on Christmas, when you have been overseas and all you have is your military buddies, we've been through it. There's no reason we can't be an example to others to say, you know what? Life can be worse, people. Hell, it can be a lot worse. So it's something to think about. Jesse, yes, it's a serious live feed. Vitamin D, some more, because my husband makes certain I take my dosage. Jesse, I take vitamin D. Okay, my wife takes vitamin D. Many friends I know take extra vitamin D, and it is because during this time of year, if you're a fair-skinned person, guess what? You're open to winter aphasia, and it's a real problem. If you can, I'm not allowed to get in a tanning booth with UV rays because I get skin cancer very easily. Not a fun deal. But even just doing a tanning booth, 1 or 2 minutes will help you immensely. 1 or 2 minutes a week. I do the red light booth, which doesn't tan you, 3 times a week. And
not the VIP red light room, just the
not the VIP red light room.
Clarifying this.
Shake it, baby.
Slap it around.
No, I'm talking about the they've got special red lights that take out the UVs so that you don't end up with skin cancer, but promote vitamin D absorption. So it's something to think about, okay? Hey, yeah, Todd, there are people in this room that will say hi. So say hi to them. And Todd, open up and say hello to them. Get into a discussion. And Jessica, you suck. She lives in San Diego. She has sun.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean that literally, Jessica. I'm just teasing you.
Should move to Alaska.
Yeah, really. I mean, Alaska. Can you imagine? And if there's any listeners here from Alaska, I know that's got to be rough because they have winter there, or they have no sun for what is it, 2 or 3 months solid?
Yeah, I think so.
So, and yes, Amanda, skin cancer sucks. There's the type that actually spreads and the type that they call basal carcinoma. And I have that type where if I get in the sun, I'll get a weird little growth and my doctor has to cut that out. It's nothing that's spreads. It's nothing that means I have to have chemotherapy or anything, but it does mean I have to be cut on, and that sucks. So, just things to think about, okay? And hello, Miss Pat. I did not know you were in the room. It's good to see Miss Warhorses for Veterans in the room. And hello, Heath. I didn't catch you. Good to see everyone. Again, guys, I love y'all. I'm glad you're here. Let's, keep the conversations rolling. I'll try to keep catching them as I see them. Just because, and thank you for following us on One-Eyed Goat. I like seeing conversation. Keep the conversations open. Talk to each other. This is the time of year you need to be there for each other. This is the time of year that you just need to remember that you've got good lungs and a heart. You're alive. Be alive. Act like it. Enough seriousness. I don't want to pull the conversation down. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood. At WTF Nation Radio, we are here for you, and we always look forward to your conversations. Right, Ship?
Yep. You got any cool, crazy stories, though?
Oh, I always have cool, crazy stories. We're up we're going to our first story. Excuse me. Enter the bull. Fighters mix kung fu and bullfighting in China.
That's a good combination right there.
Several times a week, kung fu teacher Ren Rishi enters a ring to spar with a bovine opponent around 5 times his weight and capable of killing him. Ren's mixing of martial arts and bullfighting worries his mother, but the 24-year-old has never been hurt. Besides, he says, grappling with a snorting bull is exciting. It symbolizes the bravery of a man, Ren told Reuters. Unlike Spain's more famous sport, the Chinese variant of bullfighting involves no swords or gore, but instead fuses the moves of wrestling with the skill and speed of kung fu to bring down beasts weighing up to 882 pounds. Wow. Spanish bullfighting is more like a performance or a show, said Hu Yang, a 41-year-old enthusiast who watched a bullfight during a visit to Spain. This Chinese variant is truly a contest pitting a human strength against a bull. There are a lot of skills involved, and it can be dangerous. The physically demanding sport requires fighters to train intensely, and they typically have short careers, said Han, a former pro wrestler who coaches bullfighters at his kung fu school in Jiang. Han calls the bullfighting style he teaches the explosive power of hard Guogong, saying it combines the skill and speed of martial arts with traditional wrestling techniques. Typically, a fighter approaches the bull head on, grabs its horns, and twists, turning its head until the bull topples over. What do I mean to explosive power? Han asks. In a flash, pow, concentrate all your power on one point. All of a sudden, in a flash, wrestle it to the ground. If the first fight gets tired, or if the first fighter gets tired, another one can step into the ring, but they have just 3 minutes in which to wrestle the bull to the ground or lose the bout. Oh, so there are some rules. The bulls, too, are trained before entering the ring, Han said, and learn themselves how to spread their legs or find a corner to brace up against being taken down. A bull can also think like a human. They are smart, Han added. Although he says his bulls get better treatment than the animals involved in the Spanish sport, animals rights activists believe Chinese bullfighting is still painful for the animals and cruel as a form of entertainment. In Chinese bullfighting, we cannot deny the bulls experience pain, said a spokeswoman for the animal welfare group PETA. As long as it exists, that means there is suffering. So, what do you all think about that? Bullfighting, Chinese style or bullfighting Spanish style? Interesting thoughts here. I mean, yeah, okay, you twist on that bull's neck, but they actually train it. They actually try to get it strong and strengthened. So rather than over in Spain where they actually are attempting to kill it.
Yeah, in Spain, don't they have those little swords or the red capes or something, and they stab them with swords?
Yep, the picadors, and they will sit there and see how many stabs the swords take before the bull dies.
It's almost like a fancy pincushion.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right, Tyrone. It's the Bulls are a lot stronger, so I mean that's actually going to be quite a challenge when you think about it. So something to, I mean, would you watch? Which would you rather watch? You know, hey, I'm looking to you in to the chat rooms. Which would you rather watch? Spanish, where they're sticking knives in or swords in them, or watching someone wrestle a bull and see what happens.
Imagine when
Come
one
on!
of those
I want to see something in the chats here. Come on. And that means you too,
Imagine-
Mixer. I'm watching you. You know, let's get some conversations going. What would you do? Man versus bull with no Spanish knives. There you go, right, Tyrone? That's kind of what I think. Wrestling the damn things. That would be, to me, entertaining. It's
I
just
wonder if their training is more like throwing heifers around in the cow pasture, though.
Yes, it is, but that's still not easy. And those bulls could be very, very aggressive. So you know that they're having to fight it. You know. Yeah, Amanda, right? No killing. It's a challenge of mind and strength and swiftness. So I think it's actually a good take. And quite honestly, I would pay to see something like that versus going and watching a bullfight in Spain. So, Donna says, I would rather watch somebody wrestle, lose, and get a horn in up their ass. Thank you, Donna. I love it. Oh, the things that people do in life for entertainment. Oh, Jake, I used to throw heifers around. Then I switched to skinnier chicks. You know, I wasn't going to say it, but we're military, so yeah.
You know, they probably take those horns, though, and shave them down for it's a little safer for those Kung Fu guys.
Well, did you look at the picture?
Yeah, I was looking at it, but
those horns aren't small. They could still get you.
Pretty crazy to do something like that.
Well, that's the thing, and that's, I mean, I'm not pro-Chinese or Japanese by any, or Asian for that matter, by any stretch of the word. But I will give it to them. They try, when it comes to challenging themselves, they do try. I mean, what is that one ninja challenge? Where they do all these different events all in one time.
Yeah.
Okay. That takes a lot of agility and strength. I mean, and they were the first ones to think of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of core muscle.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to lift yourself like you're a piece of paper to do some of the stuff that they do on those sports. And then to do this, you have to be lightning fast. And he's right, you have to focus all your strength in a flash second to just go for it. And if that doesn't happen right then and there, what's going to happen?
Can you imagine an Army guy or a Coast Guard guy doing that?
You know, the sad part is I could see some bar out there like Gillies going out and getting a bar and saying, okay, who can wrestle this thing down? And a bunch of Marines and Army guys going, hoo-yah!
And taking bets. Who's going to be first and who's going to go down first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, but can't you see that somehow? And
Yeah.
Daniel, do I have a point? The point is to have a good laugh. The point is to think about this stuff and just see. We're talking about stuff that goes on in all around the world that's not serious. That's not um, all about making you feel depressed and sad and angry. I want you to laugh. So, I mean, Daniel says, no, just react to violence, you idiots. You know, that's why I said I would prefer to see Kung Fu wrestling than the Spanish where they actually use the swords. And that's the reason I brought this up. I'd love to see something like this make it into the United States. I think it'd be cool to watch.
Just throw one in the middle of a cage fight.
Exactly. Hey, that's it. All with these no holds barred. Throw a bull in there for fun.
Yeah.
You got to take the bull and the other person.
Gotta up it one, gotta take it to another level.
Daniel, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to stop talking to you because obviously you want to get angry. I do make jokes. I believe that you have to allow yourself to smile because otherwise there's too many things that are out there that they try to make you angry and try to make you sad. Okay? That's enough. You can sit there and keep throwing out all the trash you want to at me. Go for it. Hey, it's nothing personal to me. You can sit there and you can throw stuff at me all you want to for the next 2 hours. If that's what's going to get you to calm down and relax, I hope it works. I'm not mad.
So, it's like that saying, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words are not going to hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll tell you what, I've had sticks and stones thrown at me. Yes, I was a psychiatric specialist and a medic. Did I see some shit? Yes, I saw some shit. Did I have shit aimed at me? I had shit aimed at me. Have I had psychiatric, has stuff happened on psychiatric wards? Yep. Has stuff happened as a medic? Yep. It is what it is, bro. Be as angry as you want. Huff and puff, snort. I don't care. Life goes on. All right.
Let's hear another good one.
Now this one is fun. Okay, everybody ready for this? This is a good story. Okay. Bacon.
Oh, bacon's always good.
Get this, right? A vending machine hit the Ohio State University campus. Right? Excuse me. There's okay, I have to do this right here. State university students are taking a break from studying for final exams by making a bacon run. Senior Sarah Page, who studies meat science, says the bacon vending machine at the College of Food and Agriculture and Environmental Sciences has turned out to be even more popular than expected. It has to be restocked 4 or 5 times a day. It offers cooked bacon strips and bacon bits for $1. Proceeds will benefit the Meat Science Program. Members of the program are responsible for the bacon machine operation at the Columbus campus. The Ohio Pork Council sponsored the machine with bacon donations from Springfield, Hormel, and Sugardale. I love it. This is, that's ingenuity at its best. I mean, wow. A bacon machine. A bacon vending machine. This is spectacular. I love it. This is ingenuity of life, and it tells you more and more about, okay, all this whole PC stuff getting thrown aside and saying, hey, let's be realistic. People want bacon.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Bacon,
I
bacon.
smell bacon.
Yeah, I love it. No, man. I mean, it's excuse me. It is my allergies, and I do apologize. I can't hit my mute button quick enough. But no, beef jerky is so addictive. You're right. I like beef jerky too. It's great, especially when you go on road trips, right? You get in the car for an hour, you know you can't sit there and have a lot of food. So what do you bring? A little bit of beef jerky. Hey, that works. I mean, I even will. Have you ever smoked bacon? Oh man, that's good stuff. How about you?
Nah, not really. Beef jerky's though really good.
See, and I'm going to say this, and here's a little life fact. Okay, as you get old, Church of Bacon, we worship bacon because bacon is real. I love it. And Amanda, don't worry about Daniel and his talking crap. If he wants to be that way, it's his life. I'm sad for him, and everybody should be sad for him. Let's all say we're sad for you, Daniel, and leave it at that.
We're sad for you, Daniel.
We're sad for you, Daniel. Anyway, to go on, believe it or not, I had to start giving up a lot of healthy foods. Because
No
my
way.
teeth, and this sounds, I'm doing this on purpose, people. Okay, I'm the shaman. I talk about alternatives. Okay, I have nice straight teeth, right? See, okay, I didn't. My teeth, as you grow older, your teeth start going in. People sit there and say, oh, some people do a lot of, or most people do a lot of, some people don't. Okay. When your teeth start going in, it hurts. When they push in, it makes it harder to eat solid foods. It makes it harder to enjoy what you like. So you stop eating good food, good meat. You stop eating good vegetables. You stop eating good fruit. And you eat whatever's soft. And that's not necessarily good stuff. Because even if you grind your meat down, it loses something. Okay, I'm going to pass something along, and no, nobody's paying me to say this. I found something a couple years ago. I'm not kidding. My teeth were crooked. The front ones were actually crossed over each other and turning. It hurt.
Now that just sounds like someone just punched you in the mouth there.
But
the jaw with an uppercut.
No, I had straight teeth. But as I got older, they pushed in. My lower jaw was pushing in. My uppers were pushing in. Everything was tight. It hurt. Couldn't even use floss because I couldn't get the floss in there. Okay. So, and I'm saying this not because I'm getting endorsement. I'm not. I'm telling you this because I'm going to pass along life hacks to you on occasion. We don't have a lot of money around here. To get regular metal braces starts at $5,000. Or no, excuse me, $4,000 and goes up very quickly. Invisaligns, and see, I can't put metal in my mouth because with my problems, I'm actually sensitive inside and I get sores real easy. So I would have had to gone in Invisaligns, right? Invisalign starting $6,000 easily goes up to $10,000. Okay. So
that's outrageous.
But that's what it is. So there's a place called SmileDirectClub.com. I went there. Well, actually, I went to Smarter Image, and they had a box that you send you that it was advertising as you could get your Invisaligns for low cost. They sent this package, and I went to a dentist, and they did the impressions for me. Didn't charge me a whole $20, right? Nothing. I sent them in, and then they sent me through email a projection of what they could do for my teeth. And they said it would take 7 trays. Each tray had to be in a month. In 7 months, I would have straight teeth. Now,
In 7 months.
in 7 months, guess how much it cost me?
Couple of thousand.
$1,300.
Okay, where's the catch?
No catch. You have to get the impressions. You can do them yourself, which I didn't feel comfortable doing, so I went to a dentist. Most dentists don't mind doing this. And then you can pay by the month or pay all at once. They are the company that all the orthodontists send. They're one of the companies that all the orthodontists send their impressions to. They just decided to make it cheaper. So what they do is they say, if you need a dentist consult, they can send you and you'll have to pay their fee. But if you don't need a dentist consult, in other words, if you trust them and if there's nothing special that needs to be done, and they send you a thing and they'll send you a profile of what your teeth are and each tray what it's going to do. And if you like what you see, you say, hit it, and you get it. Okay?
You think it's the same quality though as
It
the
was.
high-end?
I had a dentist look at this stuff. And he was actually shocked how good of quality it was. Okay? See? Straight teeth. Perfectly gapped. So I can get floss in my teeth now. And I can eat meat again. I can eat fruits and vegetables again. So I'm healthier. I couldn't do that. I'm not kidding. It hurt to chew, to bite down, because my teeth were so close that bite would press in on other teeth.
That sucks.
Yeah. I wanted to pass this along. I got to thinking about it with the whole bacon thing, because you have to chew. And some people, they like to be able to bite off with their front teeth. That hurt like a mother. I swore I was going to pull a tooth out biting. That's how bad I scared to bite into an apple, because I was afraid, because my teeth were so locked up in front that it was the apple was going to pull out a tooth. Okay. I wanted to pass that along. $1,300. Smile Direct, or it's smilecareclub.com. Type that in, or smiledirect.com. One of the two. I think they changed their name. I don't remember what it is, but look it up. It's no joke. And you're going to save yourself so much money, people. I was quoted starting $6,000 for Invisaligns. Okay? Nobody was, and that was with a military discount. Yeah. Okay, Amanda, $10,000 for dentures. Yeah, shit ain't cheap. Here, too bad you didn't live where I live. Actually, there's a place here that actually is really pretty good about dental implants and dentures. But anyway, rolling along, I wanted to pass that along. It was something off the top of my head that I wanted to give you guys. $1,300 versus $5,000 to $6,000 starting. And it's, my teeth weren't too bad. They have 3 tiers. The first tier, you're usually done in 5 trays. 3 to 5 trays. Second tier is 7 to 9 trays. Third tier is 15 to 20 trays. Each tray you keep in about a month. And I sat there and said, I can't think of even putting something in my mouth that's going to come out when I sleep. No, they're snug. I slept great. So I still wear retainers because my teeth still move. One of life's hacks as you get older. If they're already crossing over, you better think about it now, buds. Okay, onward and upward, my friends. Back to some jovialty. Movie theater for dogs. Owners open it in Texas. Texas? Who do I know that lives in that area?
Yeah, we know a couple people in there.
Yeah, we do. We've got guidelines in place to make sure that it is safe, fun, friendly, and clean when people show up. The movies have gone to the dogs in Plano, Texas, literally. Popcorn and poodles and golden retrievers in front of the silver screen will be a common sight at Canine Cinemas when the movie theater opens Friday. You're going to have the movie on. We're going to have the movie on. We want people to be able to relax and watch the movie just like they were at home, said the owner. Langford said he wanted a place for people like him who enjoy time with their dog. He said he didn't see any other places that would allow him to enjoy a movie with his dog. So that's what he did, is he put that together. We're going to be showing older movies. We're going to have snacks and drinks.
I was waiting for you to say they're going to show All Dogs Go to Heaven or something.
You know, you just don't know. But they do have some rules, by the way. We've got some guidelines in place to make sure it's safe, fun, and people clean when people show up. We do have 3 doggone rules. Clean up after your pet. Bring the papers showing that your dog is up to date, and there are only 2 dogs per human allowed. That seems fair.
2 dogs per human.
Okay. The owner said, for now, the theater will only be open on the weekends. It's an experiment that could lead to a very unique movie-going experience. We are going to have dogs here, so there's going to be noise. That means you might have to take your dog outside to use the restroom. Does that mean the humans have to go outside to use the restroom?
And lift up the leg.
Yeah, can you imagine they put in some movie where the dog starts howling on the movie screen, and that gets the dogs going, and all of a sudden you got the whole room going, "Arr!"
And they all run up to the screen.
I love it. Oh, the things that people come up with. Our society. Okay, back when I was a kid, I mean, you had your Saturday matinees, and you had little niceties here and there. You had 4 TV channels. And nowadays, you think about all the special things and all the boutiques and all the special whatever. I mean, theaters for dogs. I mean, you just think about all the frivolous stuff that is out there. I mean, it would actually be unique to actually set up some parks and say, bring your kids here and let's go back to old-fashioned fun.
Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
But I mean, really, you think about it, and what would it? It's so rare anymore for people to actually just be normal anymore. Everything has to be special. Everything has to be unique. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing unique. I'm a simple little shaman man. I have some very simple thoughts in some very simple ways. And my wife, she leads her life very simply also. I kind of enjoy that. When you start getting wound in complication, it's just that, complication. It becomes very tiresome. What do you think?
Yeah. More complicated and more tired you get because you have to put more thought into it.
Well, exactly. And I mean, that person who was in here earlier, the reason I said feel sad for him, he's putting a lot of energy into being that angry. And I feel sad for them when they feel that they have to complicate their lives so much by being that angry. Shouldn't have to. I mean, if you feel that you have to be angry, go to the gym, punch a bag. It's a better way of living than taking it out on other people just so you can feel better about yourself. Let's be happy. Let's think healthy and happy thoughts. That's the reason I brought up the dental thing. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. Yes, his phone was ringing, Heather. Not mine, his. Okay. Let's go to another story. And here's a fun little one. Over in Germany, a town installs Elvis-themed crossing signals. The German town where Elvis Presley was stationed while serving in the army has immortalized the king by putting his likeness on pedestrian traffic signals. Jeez. The three crossing signals installed. Oh, three crossing signals. That's a big town. Installed in Elvis Presley Square in Friedberg feature an image of Elvis standing at a microphone for the red "Don't Walk" signal, and the silhouette of the performer doing his signature dance moves for the green "Walk" signal.
It's the wrong place to do that in Germany. Imagine someone getting drunk.
Oh, no kidding, right? Yeah, okay. No, that's not being hung. That's a mic stand there. Get your mind out of the gutter, Donna. The local politician said the signals received the approval of the local police department and cost the city about $1,027. A lot less than I thought they would have. Elvis was stationed in Freiburg for the time when he served in the army from 1958 until 1960. That's an interesting thought. Definitely different. And no, come on, Donna. Jeez, she just can't get over herself. The dude is hung. Jeez.
Told you. Gotta be drunk to see some of that.
Only our viewers, only our viewers. I love you guys. Okay, well, let's do one more story and then we'll call for a break. The next story is for anybody who likes Game of Thrones. How to survive the Game of Thrones according to science. What people won't do. Oh my. Here we go. The study that was done. Let's see. Let's get in here. Okay, how to survive Game of Thrones it pays to be noble, female, and flexible about the concept of loyalty. In a new published study, yes, really, epidemiologists at Makerere University in Australia analyzed the deaths of key characters in Game of Thrones HBO series and found that nobles died at a lower rate than commoners, and women died at a lower rate than men. Switching alliances, like the character of Tyrone Lancaster, does by throwing in his lot with Daenerys, I don't know everybody's name, Targaryen, is another winning survival strategy. The researchers published their findings in the Open Access Journal Inquirer Epidemiology. And here's the study. The study didn't require funding, the authors noted, as they already owned all the DVDs. A full 73.7% of all deaths in Game of Thrones were caused by injuries, the researchers found, with wounds to the head and neck, decapitation, leading the pack. Another 11.8% of deaths came from burns, and 4.8% were from poisonings. Only 2 characters, Meister Aemon and Old Nan, have died of natural causes in the show. The risk of death is high among characters in Games of Thrones. Injury epidemiologist in Australia Health and Institute of Health Innovation said in a statement, by the end of the 7th season, more than half the characters have died. 186 out of the 33 characters were included in the study, with violent deaths being the most common by far. Jeez. The median survival time of characters was 28 hours and 48 minutes of showtime, the researchers found, with a range of from a mere 11 seconds to 57 hours and 15 minutes. There have been 67 episodes with a range of from a mere 11 seconds. Read over that. There have been 67 episodes of the show so far. The risk of dying within one's first hour on the show was 14%. Newbies beware. We have identified several factors that have associated with better or worse survival, he said, which may help us to speculate about who will prevail in the final season. And they leave it there. Oh, for you Game of Throners, I've watched a couple seasons. I had to stop for a while. Nothing personal. It's not that I hate it. It's just I can only sometimes watch certain things for a little while before I have to take my breaks. And speaking of breaks, we are at that time. So as I slip us away into break, enjoy the music and smoke them if you got them.
Too hot to handle, I'm a countryman now. Get your feel now, cause the contraband's out. Yankee boy, no, I ain't from the South. But if you're talking to me, you better watch your mouth. Lit up like a stove, I'm a country campfire. Best of the best and the rest you can't find. Chillin' with locals, rock and roll and cheap wine. That's how the story's told, so it goes through the grapevine. Keep me drinking this whiskey, leave my head banging like an 808. Living this life seems risky, but it's the only way left to escape. Mama keeps saying she'll miss me, can't blame her for all my hate. Keep me drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. I'm telling you, man, you know this real shit's hard. Work a full-time job, I'm still stuck in a box. Breaking my back, trying to save up a stack. But every time I go forward, man, I just go back. I need new strings and the homies in jail. I put money on his books, but he's still gonna fail. His support's high and his half-ass due. I don't like to spend cash if I know I'ma lose. I got no time like you seem to do. I'd rather spend my money, get my kids some shoes. I made mistakes just like we all do. It's time to pay for my crimes, man, I'll pay my dues. Keep me me drinking this whiskey. Leave my head banging like an 808. Living this life seems risky, but it's the only way left to escape. Mama keeps saying she'll miss me. Can't blame her for all my hate. Keep me drinking this whiskey until the day that I'm laying in my grave. Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road calls as the wind blows. 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows? Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Man, day after day, it's just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the line in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. And I ain't like you. Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
Okay, and we are back. I hope everybody went and did what they needed to do so we can sit down for another hour or so and enjoy some good conversation. I'm trying very hard to make sure that everybody can get into the conversation and say hello. How you doing, Julia? It's good to see you here. It's good to see you here, Doma and Jake. And if Miss Pat, if you are still around, I'm glad to hear from you. It's good to see Jess and Heath. I'm just happy to see everyone. It's a good day to be here. You know, I got to think about it. We are just a week and 2 days away from Christmas. Did you realize that, Chip?
Wow. Just seems like December just started.
Yeah, really? I mean, yeah. I mean, my wife's birthday is this week, so I've got to make sure she gets her birthday and Christmas because it's only fair. And
Yeah, can't combine those two.
no. And she's a good person. I really do love her. She puts up with me. And I have my days where excuse me. She knew me before I got on my medicines that I actually turned my life around. And she put up with me. She put up with a lot. Her and I were reminiscing the other day, and we got to think about it. We've been together, her and I have been married over a little over 11 years. Okay?
Okay.
We started camping 2 years after we got married. And we talked about, because sometimes the weather kind of gets to people. And people will sit there and go, oh man, the weather is all this nasty. And my wife and I, when we take a vacation, it's not to go and be out everywhere. It's to go somewhere, enjoy a little bit of where we're at, and enjoy our company. Enjoy each other's company. And I got to thinking the other day about it. It's like, I'm on my second camper. The first camper was a little 24-foot fifth wheel. Now we're on a 28-foot fifth wheel. And our little 24-footer, we went first time down to Camp Rylea. It's this little place down in Oregon run by the active duty National Guard in Oregon. And they only have 10 RV slots.
Only 10?
Only 10. It's a dinky place. I mean, the loudest thing on that post when I'm there is my truck.
Wow.
Okay? It's outrageous. I love it, right? You take this back road, not too far from where the campers are, and you drive it for about a mile, and there's a dead end. You get out and walk over the berm, and you're right at the ocean. And my wife loves to be able to be near the ocean. So we were just talking about, the first year or two we went. In fact, the first year we went, it rained. And she got to go out to the ocean a number of times, but it rained a lot. And I said, that was actually a good time, though. Because with a camper, you've got your luxuries. You've got TV, you've got your VCR and stuff like that. Her and I just
That's not camping.
Oh, yeah, you can say that. You're still young. I'm not, okay? But no, so we ended up cuddling up on the couch and just watching DVDs that we brought of episodes of some shows we like. And I think about that. And it's like, those were really good days. How long has it been since y'all had a good day? Try to remember that and try to think about what it takes to have a good day. Because Ship pointed something out. Well, that's not camping.
Well, it's not.
Well, okay. I'm
But at least do you turn your cell phone off?
I can't because
Oh,
I
then
have to
yeah.
make myself available for my son.
Oh, okay.
But
That's understandable.
we still had fun. And what we did, I mean, my wife, she originally said camping is not a camper. Camping is a tent. Well,
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
I'm a broke up old man, okay? That isn't going to work. I get cold easy. I get hot easy. If I don't sleep in a bed, if I'm sleeping on the ground or one of those blow-up mattresses, I don't sleep good, and therefore I'll have a bad next day. So we got a camper, and she was still a little against it. And we went to this one place that's not too far from us the first time, for our first time out. And I said, now, and sure enough, first morning, 38 degrees outside. And I said, now, honey, get this. I went over. I turned the heat up a little bit. And I said, now, we have a hot shower. And you can walk over and put your cup of coffee in that microwave. And you don't even have to put on your robe if you don't feel like it, because nobody's going to see you. And she says, okay, sold. You know, sometimes it's the little things. And I try to remind people it is the little things. And I'm reminding you of this for a reason. If you have thought about camping and want to get a camper, the best time to buy a camper is the last week before the 1st of January. And the reason is, people don't know this, and I used to work in the camper industry as a transporter. The 1st of January, all the factories release the new campers. Literally, the 1st of January, midnight. Until then, right now, there's no new campers going out. And they got new lines and everything, okay? But they won't put them out until the 1st of January. So, right now, the last week of December, RV places are going to try to dump as much used inventory as they can, because they're going to have all those new campers coming in. Something to think about. I buy used campers because you would not believe what you're paying for a new camper. It's not worth a lot of stuff, and you have to know what you're doing. And most campers, when they're on the assembly line, are slapped together. And I've seen campers that had to have $20,000 and $40,000 worth of warranty work before they could even be sold.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
That's nuts.
they produce them, get them out. They don't have alignments done. They have leaks. I mean, we had guys who would buy campers, come out to our campgrounds, and the first weekend out, and it's like, yeah, I just bought it. Look, and it's like, oh no. And everybody who has some experience, they all just sit back and watch,
Laugh their butts off.
because the person will pull it in. Maybe they'll do it right. Maybe they won't. Then they'll hook it up. Maybe they'll do it right. Maybe they won't. And then they'll start turning everything on. And that's when you see what didn't get done right. And you will see leaks, water gushing out. You will see a poof, and there goes all the electronics. And it's not, I'm not laughing at their pain, but it is entertaining. And you just want to sit there and say, you should have checked your place. You should have checked your RV back at home.
Durr.
So it's And I feel bad for him. And a lot of times, a lot of us old timers will go up and we'll say, you want to do this, you want to do this. We'll try to give them helpful hints so that they won't end up with wads of toilet paper in their dirty tank or their dark water tank, so that when they open it up to drain it, it won't come out.
Do they actually take the hints, or they kind of give you like a attitude or anything?
Most of them are willing to take hints because most of them are willing to admit this is their first time. And actually, I've had people say, "Would you park my RV for me?" I mean, they're so scared to back that thing up. So, and you get used to it. But now's the time to buy. Now's this time to start. If you were thinking about getting an RV, now's the best time to get them. The only other good time to get them is in February after the first RV shows. Because after the first RV shows, all the old timers and newbies want the new RVs. And so they're dumping their used RVs. And so you can pick up used RV cheap. People say, well, it's used. You're right, it's used. You have to know a little bit about RVs. I don't repair my own, but I have to know what was wrong. So I knew how much I was going to pay to make sure it was worth it. But I got an RV, excellent condition. Doesn't look the greatest on the outside, but it's immaculate on the inside. And that's all that matters. It's beautiful. I can sit inside and I've got nice plush carpet and it feels great. It's a home away from home. Anyway, onward and upward. Oh, I was going to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Do you go camping?
Yeah, it's normally with a tent and a sleeping bag normally, and a campfire and all that good stuff.
Ah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Do you take the whole family out and enjoy your time?
That's normally with Boy Scouts. Take the boys.
That's not a bad deal, and I'm glad to hear that you're in the Boy Scouts to helping. That's a neat thing. Getting kids out there and reminding them what it's like to just be out there and do things. So I'm glad to hear
Bring
it.
back
And
the caveman out of us.
yeah, that's me. I'm not a PC by any means, and I'm not a total male chauvinistic pig caveman, but I have my moments. If you aren't a man sometimes, then what are you?
True.
Okay. Well, let's go to a story. I found this very interesting and something. It gives you an idea of what's going on out in around us in the world. Worth the sting. Cuba's scorpion pain remedy. In Havana, once a month for the last decade, Pepe Casanes, a 78-year-old Cuban farmer, has hunted down a scorpion to sting himself with, vowing that the venom wards off his rheumatism pains. His natural remedy is no longer seen as very unusual here. Researchers in Cuba have found that the venom of the blue scorpion, whose scientific name I'm not going to pronounce, endemic to the Caribbean islands, appears to have anti-inflammatory and pain relief properties and may be able to delay tumor growth in some cancer patients. While some oncologists abroad say more research is needed to be able to properly back up such a claim, Cuban pharmaceutical firm La Biofam has been using scorpion venom since 2011 to manufacture the homeopathic medicine Zytotox. That remedy is very popular. La Biofam business director Carlos says was climbing 10%. The sales have been climbing 10% annually. Vitatox already sells in around 15 countries worldwide and is currently in talks with China to sell the remedy there. In Cuba, where tens of thousands of patients have been treated with Vitatox, each vial costs under $1. On the black market abroad, it can cost 100 times that. Retailers on Amazon.com are seen selling them for up to $140. Wow. I put the scorpion where I feel it, the farmer says, demonstrating his homemade pain relief with a scorpion that he found under a pile of debris in the patch of land he cultivates scorpion western province of Pinar del Rio. After squeezing it long enough, it stung him and he winced. It hurts for a while, but then it calms and goes, and I don't have any more pain, he said. The farmer, a leathery-skinned former tobacco farmer who now primarily grows beans for his own consumption, said he sometimes keeps a scorpion under his straw hat like a lucky charm. It's like the shade and humidity, he says. So it likes the shade and humidity, he says. It just curls up and sleeps. Interesting. You know, I am all for home remedies and remedies that work. Obviously, my only problem with the stinging part is the fact that I would want to have maybe the scorpions raised in a sterile environment, just so you don't have to worry about that stinger carrying anything. But other than that, I mean, hey, if it works, it works. And if it's actually starting to grow and spread as far as to other countries, arthritis is a very big problem out there, and inflammation is behind a lot of things. So having something like that would really be interesting. And again, the fact that over in Cuba it only costs $1, that's not a bad price.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap for $1.
So
You can't buy a gallon of gas for $1.
no, you can't, can you?
No.
There's a lot of things out there to think about. We try to promote healthy ways here. If you don't know, we partner with groups like War Horses for Veterans. They're a neat organization where they actually fly you out to their equestrian fields, and you will be paid for the whole thing. You're flown out. You're put in a hotel room. All your food is paid for, and you don't even have to ride the horses. You can just watch or take care of them. But it gives you a chance to get away and to talk to other veterans and to bond, to give yourself a chance to bond with people away from the battlefield who have gone through like experiences. And it gives you a chance to decompress from the rat race that likes to suck you in and spit you out. So something to think about. Just passing that along. Always look up War Horses for Veterans. If you can't can't flash the link, that's fine. Go to our main page. We have a link there that will get you there, and you fill out an application on War Horse for Veterans site, and they'll get in touch with you, and they'll have you go through everything. They'll get it together for you, and they'll make it work. It's a weekend. Like something you just can't imagine. It is just a nice time. It gives you a chance to decompress out of life. Okay, onwards and upwards again to dice roll sinks Arkansas candidate who's twice missed voting for himself. An Arkansas City Council candidate who twice showed up too late to vote for himself in a contest that ended in a tie wound up losing the race on Thursday in a dice roll to decide the winner.
Dice roll.
All right,
What?
I'm sitting there. You think, okay, what about a recount or jeez. The incumbent Becky Limbaugh um, in the small town of Hoxie rolled a 6 to hold on to her seat for a third term, defeating challenger Cliff Farmer, who came up short with 4. The dice roll broke a 223 to 223 tie in December 4th runoff election, according to the Lawrence County Clerk's Office, which oversaw the game of chance that ultimately decided the winner. Okay, now you think about this. Small town, you know that there's going to be very, the chances that it's going to be close. So you make it to the vote. And twice he
Yeah.
didn't make it to the vote. The runoff was,
Shows you he didn't need a run.
I sit there and the runoff was scheduled afternoon of 3 candidates for alderman in the November 6th election got a majority of the vote in Hoxie, a town of 2,700, located 120 miles northeast of Little Rock, Arkansas. The main thing is for people to get out and vote. A bookkeeper said, I early voted because I was afraid something might happen and I might not be able to make it to the election. The person's opponent, 33, had a different approach. Bad planning twice prevented him from making it to his local polling place in time to cast a ballot in the runoff vote. The first time he tried to vote early on November 29th after his work day ended, but arrived at 6 p.m. When the courthouse had already closed. The second time, he was returning from a business trip on the runoff day and planned to vote after his plane arrived in Memphis, Tennessee at 6:30 p.m. local time. Memphis is 80 miles from Hoxie, and Arkansas polls statewide were scheduled to close at 7:30. Farmer, on the eve of the dice roll, had some advice for his fellow U.S. citizens. It doesn't matter what you are doing. Get out there and vote. Jeez.
So they could play crabs.
This is sad. You missed your own vote. You know what? No, Daniel, I'm not recording. I'm ignoring you. I'm treating you like I would treat anybody who doesn't know how to be respectful to anybody. And I'm sad that you feel this way, and I'm sad that you're acting this way, because most people know what manners are. And especially since we've been in the military, and I don't know if you have or haven't, those of us who've been in the military, we know how to show manners and common courtesy. And since you aren't, I'm going to treat you like I would a private who decided that they weren't going to at least show normal military respect. Onward and
Better watch
upward.
it, Al. He might be in that E4 mafia,
You know what? I'm no longer in the service, and
Oh, okay.
and I
Yeah,
tell you what,
you're right.
I tell you what, I was a sergeant, but I wasn't a sergeant that believed that he was God.
Got a good point there.
I believe that people learn by seeing, and so therefore I made sure that if I wanted someone to act some way, I did it, and it tended to work out very well. I can say that I I was able to help some up and coming soldiers find their place in their life and help them become better and stronger for who they were.
Well, that's
So,
good.
anyway, onward and upward. Excuse me. I don't know if anybody heard this one. Curry, a basketball player, signals willingness to meet with NASA over moon landing doubts. Three-time NBA champion Stephen Curry on Tuesday signaled that he is willing to take NASA up on its offer to tour its lunar lab in Houston after his pronouncement this week that he does not believe humans ever landed on the moon. Go ahead, what?
No, I was just thinking how much space dust he's going to see up there.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, they said they have tons of rocks.
Oh, I'm sure. Check out this rock to the left and this rock to the right. We
Uh-huh.
got a bigger rock up here ahead of us.
During the Winging It podcast released on Monday, the Golden State Warriors guard asked fellow players Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore whether they believed humans had ever been to the moon. The players said they did not, to which two-time MVP Curry said, "They're gonna come get us. I don't think so either. Sorry, I don't want to start conspiracies." After Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first men to walk on the moon in 1969, a further 10 American astronauts on 5 subsequent missions stepped onto the lunar surface. Okay, you know what, Daniel? You were in the military and you were a sergeant. Good for you. If you're that upset and you want to throw stones, go throw stones somewhere else. I don't have a glass house. And if you feel the necessity to say what you're saying, again, yes, I feel sad for you. And I hope everybody in the room again says they're sad for you, because all you're doing is making it so everybody wants to be able to talk in this room and chat, and all you're doing is acting like a little private who's raising their hands going, "Sergeant, Sergeant, Sergeant." So enough. Okay, if you want to keep going, bye, done. Not going to talk to you anymore. I think everybody in the rooms have a lot more better things to do than watch you act like a little girl.
Feel the force. Let's go on to the next story there.
But the 30-year-old statement created a commotion on social media and led the 30-year-old statement created a social media and led NASA to extend an invitation to Curry to come and see evidence of the moon landing for himself. There's a lot of evidence NASA landed 12 American astronauts on the moon from 1969 to 1972. Spokesman from NASA said, "We'd love for Mr. Curry to tour the lunar lab at our Johnson Space Center in Houston, perhaps the next time the Warriors are in town to play the Rockets," he added. So, long and short of it is all the back and forths, and everybody's trying to get their 2 cents in. A bunch of people chimed in, and Curry got called out and said, "You know what? Come see for yourself." And what do you think? Do you think we actually landed man on the moon?
You can argue it both ways. You really take some time to look into it, but why haven't we been back since we've been there?
Well,
and set up like a little station or something besides space station.
you
have
know,
more area to build and do more.
yeah, I agree with you on that side. What reason have we not gone back? And
Yeah.
sometimes some of the arguments I hear, there's not enough to go back for, and others are, it's the whole effectiveness thing. And then you sit there and say, okay, so we can't cost effectively go to the moon, but now we want to try and see if we can colonize Mars. How does that make sense?
Well, the reason why they have the space station is do science labs in zero gravity and all that.
Yeah,
You can do that on the moon and actually do more science experience because you have more land mass.
I agree. Oh, and have a good one, Julia. I loved having you here. Come back next week, and I'll be on Tuesday, by the way. Yeah, I agree with you. It would be, having a space lab floating around in space, it's closer, so it doesn't cost as much. But you have to wonder if it wouldn't be better to have something anchored on the moon.
Yeah.
And then see what kind of resources. Maybe there's enough resources that it could sustain itself a little bit. I don't know. We never really got, from what I've heard and read, we never really got down into the nitty gritty of what's on the moon, drilling down, seeing what kind of resources are in the moon. What they sent that one thing and it hit the moon, and the splashback said that there was water deep in the moon.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, it's gonna get interesting in the next couple of years because what China said they're gonna go to the moon
Yeah,
here in the near future, and finally settle that argument either way.
China says they're going to go, and then we're talking about, well, we're going to go to Mars. I mean, what was it? This week, wasn't it the rover that they sent there? The new one that they sent landed and it kicked up, so it's actually working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it sends back better images than you can get from your neighbor's house too.
Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty cool. It's nice to see the space program moving forward. I mean, for a while there, it was pretty shut down. So, all right. Well, you know what? Let's go on to another story.
Yeah, we got to get away from this conspiracy theory stuff. Leave that to Jay Ready,
Exactly. Firefighters to the rescue after German chocolate factory spill. Ooh, not chocolate. In Berlin, firefighters in the town of Wörl in western Germany tackled an unusual emergency late on Monday when a tank at a local firm making liquid chocolate overflowed and poured out onto the street. Ooh, I would have been running for it. I'm a chocolate lover.
I can tell.
After a ton of chocolate ran out into the yard, and from there onto the street, a spokeswoman for the factory had said, the firefighters closed off the street and shoveled the chocolate about 10 square meters, which is 108 square feet, to one side before a specialist cleaning company cleaned the road. Despite this heartbreaking incident, it is unlikely that a chocolate-free Christmas is imminent in Wörl. Oh my, think about it. All that chocolate being dumped, that just makes me cry. Oh, that does bring up, is everybody going to, what is everybody's favorite, not food, treat for Christmas? Just off the top of your head, type it in the rooms. I'm watching the rooms. Come on, guys. Type in a candy, a pastry, something that you love. What is it that you like to get for Chris? Just something you give yourself, a chocolate, um, just something nice, something that you enjoy. For me, as a kid, it actually used to be lifesavers. As simple as that is, I used to get lifesavers. They used to come in this little box that looked like a Christmas present, and it had like 6 or 8 rolls of lifesavers, and I'd get that in my Christmas stocking. And I always used to like that, because my parents usually made sure they'd actually trade out some and give me the flavors I liked more. Something different. How about you? What do you like, Shipwreck?
Um, those. Have you ever had those peanut butter balls with chocolate on top of it? The little Rice Krispies in the middle that Grandma would make.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
I didn't even think about the homemade stuff. I like my mom used to make a Chex Mix homemade. She'd get the Chex, but then she'd actually do everything in the oven, the buttering, the salting, all the flavoring. And
Okay.
oh, I used to love that. Come to think of it.
And those flat, thin peppermint patties.
Oh
They're kind of
yeah.
gooey a little bit.
Heath says he loves tangerines. Luke says smooth mints. Oh, there you go. See, come on, guys, talk about the stuff you like. I like bourbon balls. Hey, those aren't too bad. And here's one: chocolate covered Rice Krispie treats. Oh, now that's a good one, Josh.
Yeah, you
Oh
can't go wrong
wow.
there.
No, see, remember, hey, you know what? If tangerines, Heath, go out and get yourself some tangerines for Christmas. It doesn't have to be that someone gets them for you. I mean, do something, and if you've got kids, do something special for them like that. Because like I said, my parents, all they did is they went out and got this little box that had 6 or 8 rolls of lifesavers in them. And it meant a lot to me. It just, for some reason, I could always count on that being in my stocking, and I always enjoyed it. And you liked what the homemade chocolate and Rice Krispie. I mean, who wouldn't love that? It's good to think about the nice things for the holidays, and give that to your kids if you got some, and if you don't, give that to your friends. That was one of the things that happened on that Christmas, um, in Germany. One of my friends, see, in our barracks we had ovens. She actually also cooked some special treats for us because some of us couldn't make breakfast, and it just was really nice to have someone. I mean, she went out of the way to make sure every one of us had something special. And then I get, uh, I made sure she did, and a lot of us did. We really appreciated that Christmas. And I just think about stuff like that, and that's not me getting old. That's me realizing that sometimes you got to remember your memories, and you've got to think about those fond things and give them to other people too. Okay, I'm going to ask you. I asked you about the food and the treats. Think about one thing you can do or have already done to make someone smile in the past week or the coming week. Think about it. That would be something to pass along the year, to pass along the holiday. What do you think you could do, Ship?
Oh, I do already so many good things. That's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, just saying hi to people
There you go.
when they're least expected. Or those guys that's right now there's jingling the bells right now for donations at
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah.
This one guy, we went into Hobby Lobby, me and the wife, and he was starting singing Christmas music, and and he at the end of it, it's like come to the Hobby Lobby or it was a funny way he did it. So on the way out, he was starting to sing the Christmas list to find out who's naughty or nice. And right before he got to the end of it, I said, "Are you nice or are you naughty?" And he just started laughing before he could finish his own song.
Do yourself a favor. Acknowledge people. Open a door and say, "Have a good day. Merry Christmas." It's just because it's not PC doesn't mean people don't appreciate it. It's the sentiment. That's a good way to help people move forward in their day. And the holiday, all it takes is one time sometimes to turn a person's day around. It's getting towards the end of the show, and I'm trying to remind you the way I try to be, and I am, and what I try to remind all of us that we are. We are good people. We proved that. We served. We served our country. We showed that we
Oh,
loved America enough to put our life down. And now it's okay to turn around and say, "I love you again," by opening a door, by smiling, by going up to the person who's jingling that bell and say, "Hey, I hope your day's been okay. Merry Christmas." Even if you can't give them a dollar, at least acknowledge their existence. Make them feel like at least someone knows they're there. I try not to be down, and I try to remind people we have friends. Let's keep them happy. Do the things that make you happy for the next couple weeks. Don't forget about the winter aphasia. Don't forget to get the vitamin D. Don't forget to call your friends and your family. I'm going to be here next week, and so is Cause, and that'll be the Sunday before Christmas. And we're going to try to give you a nice upbeat show, as we always do. I hope at no point did you feel I was downhearted, because I'm not. I want everybody to feel the way I do in my heart every day. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you. I'm looking in the chats, and I'm looking at Heath and Luke and Cause and everybody. Even Daniel. You can say what you want to say, but hi, guy, and Josh and everybody. I'm glad to see all of you. I'm glad you
you gotta
made it
make
here.
sure you gotta give Daniel his love.
You
He
know,
might need some.
yeah, if you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day. But it doesn't mean you have to keep having a bad day. So let's try this week. Every one of you, if you can, this week, do me a favor and say hi to someone who you don't normally say hi to, and say hi to someone who you normally ignore. Be it the person who's ringing that bell to the person who's greeting you at Walmart. Say hi to them and mean it. Best thing in the world you can do. I'm going to do one more story, and then it's probably time to wrap it up. Let's see. I'll go with this story. Los Angeles restaurant offering a $500 gold brownie. A Los Angeles restaurant is taking dessert to a new heights of decadence with a $500 brownie covered in 24 carat edible gold. Jeez.
Wow.
Chef Jason Harley, owner of the Baby J's Burgers, said the opulent brownie is served in a humidor with a Monte Cristo cigar on the side. The brownie is coated in 24 karat gold and features glaze made with Johnny Walker Blue label Scotch whiskey. Jeez. Harley previously made headlines in 2016 when his donut shop, Birdie's, came out with a $100 donut similar coated in edible gold. Wow.
Edible gold.
Edible gold. I'm sorry. If there's gold, I'm not going to eat it. I don't care if it's edible. That's just too much. Hey, Cause. Yeah, you're late. Did you save any kittens? That's my joke between him and I.
Wonder how many hairballs he got.
Oh, my. You know, the show's coming to an end. Cause, I'm glad to hear they're all saved, and hopefully you'll be back next week without any scratches on you and ready to give them hell. Because I enjoy your presence, brother, and I enjoy everybody else's presence. Ship, thank you for chiming in. I know I'm not the easiest person to tolerate sometimes, so thank you for chiming in with me and being a part of the show tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
Don't forget our lineups that we have, and let me get to them real quick. Not that I don't know them off the top of my head, because I do. We have Monday night editions with Ice and Flash. Tuesday, we have Tied Up Tuesdays with Minx, but Minx is out saving the world, so yours truly will be sitting in for her on Tuesdays with Pookie. On Wednesdays is our day off, or Donza, or like I like to say, our meditation day. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky. Friday is Open Day for now. Saturday is Tinfoil Times with Jay Reddy and Pookie, and we are back to Sunday kicking it with Cause. He will be back, as he's announcing and making sure I'm sure to see it. He will be back. He will be back on Sunday, ready to go. Yes, meditation day. And a big reminder for everybody: on Tuesday on my show, we are going to do a meditation, a live meditation with Pookie. He has volunteered to do so. It's very general. It's not going to be anything impersonal, so it's not something that's going to hurt him. And I'm doing it so that you can see what meditations are like.
You should try to hypnotize them.
Okay, you want to get me on that subject real quick? I'll tell you, you don't hypnotize people. It's not a smart thing to do, because that person is suggestible, and at that point in time, you will actually cause them damage. What I do is not even trancing. It's a little bit below that. What it does is it opens the person up to getting rid of what is causing them harm. So if you want to tune into us Tuesday, and you will get to hear me do a live one and let's see how that goes. Pookie's done that before with me, and we've had great results. Now for house cleaning, on the 20th of December, Thursday, Dr. Bob Adams, author of 6 Days of Impossible. Colonel Robert Adams, MD, MBA, served 14 years in the Navy, 12 as SEALs, and 18 years in the Army, a third-generation Naval Academy graduate. He changed services to attend medical school in the Army on an Army scholarship. He applied his analytical skills to look back at the men that shivered and struggled through Hell Week together. He brings decades of insight, learned caring of others in combat and peacetime, to an insightful analysis of why the men of his BUD's Class 81 achieved the improbable. And then on the 23rd, December, Sunday, Ty Oswald from Bearded Warriors. Oh, hold on. Kristen, hi. Okay, back to the 23rd of December. Ty Oswald from Bearded Warriors. Army veteran Ty Oswald was a Kiowa Warrior Avionics and Weapons System crew chief who deployed to Iraq with H Company 159th Aviation 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment under Operation Iraq Freedom in April 2003 and returned 15 months later in July 2004. After his service time ended, he returned to Alabama in 2006. He later founded Bearded Warriors, Veteran Suicide Prevention and Resource Awareness Group in December 2015. Bearded Warriors is a group of military men and non-military volunteers that provide veterans and their families with opportunities to experience the fun and camaraderie of after-service community involvement. Even being a disabled veteran, he leads from the front and gets others to sign up for 5Ks and 10Ks and mud runs and log carries. They host monthly social events that are all family friendly, such as meet and greets, bingo at the Veteran Retirement Home in Huntsville, and coordinates volunteers for various other organizations. And that is our coming guests. So we are now to the end of the show. Again, please, everybody, try your best to make one person smile that you normally don't smile. That's my want to see. See if you can do that. You'll be surprised how much pleasure that can bring you, as well as you may have just made someone's day. Something to think about and something to do. I'll see y'all on Tuesday and next week. You got anything to say, Shep?
Nah, just take care and have a good weekend the rest of the week.
Thank you very much. And for those who want to know, the song I'm playing is from Luke Humphrey, a local friend who was willing to let me use his song on the outro. So my words for you, my words of wisdom is: be real, be safe, and remember to love yourself. I'm out.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. That maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away, and the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows, 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones, hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows? Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Man, day after day, it's just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to.
And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the line in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. And I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care and everyone's confused. So the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.